What happens when you replace an aging, faulty mechanical hard disk drive from an old laptop purchased in 2015 with a new SATA SSD? Well, it'll run faster. Any operations that involve reading or writing data ought to be noticeably faster, and that includes starting applications, opening files, booting the operating system, even launching the bootloader, which is grub in this case. In this video, we'll start by showing you how quickly these things happen now that the drive's been replaced. For years, I heard it would make a difference, but I could never visualize it. If you're in the same boat, this video is for you. After we're done with the side-by-side compares, stick around and watch as I struggle with the physical drive replacement process. I'll speed up and cut the footage quite a bit because it took a while. I'll also show you a few pieces from the OS installation. Alright, let's get started. First up, let's look at how long it takes to go from the bootloader, which is grub, to the login screen of my operating system. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go. So as we were looking at these things, you'll notice that the autofocus was turned on, so it keeps going in and out of focus. I apologize for that. But hey, the good news is you can still see the timing, and that's exactly what this is about. Alright, so that's a savings of
14
seconds, which is like
51%.
That's pretty good. Alright, so that was from bootloader to login screen. Let's see how long it takes to go from login to when the system is pretty much ready for use, which I will define as when I have a terminal up and I can also see the system monitoring app, Conky, displayed on the desktop. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so once again, a huge difference here. We saved
4
seconds, which makes it
200%
faster. It's great. So now we're going to start looking at some applications. Let's start with the web browser. I use Chromium, so let's see how long it takes to have Chromium fully loaded up. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so there once again, the SSD gets it loaded up in
2
seconds, which is a savings of
94%.
And now just for kicks, let's also, within the browser, go to YouTube. So we're going to type in YouTube here, and then we're going to go to it, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and there you go, that's the speed difference there. Part of it could just be internet speed, so I'm not going to think about that too much. We've seen how the computer runs now with the old and new drives, and we're almost done with the compares. At this point, you may be asking yourself, will it blend? Okay, so let's give it a try. Let's start up Blender from the command line. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. So once again, the SSD is much faster. It loads up Blender in
15
seconds less time, which is a savings of
93%.
And now let's try to render a video, because we've seen that Blender opens quickly, but will it actually render faster now that we have the SSD? here you can see I've got the same video opened up. We're going to render out the default 250 frames. Let's see how long it takes. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so that's interesting. All right, now finally, the last thing to do is to load up a game. So let's try it. On the desktop, I've got an icon for Plarium, which is a Windows application that I'm running through Wine. So let's give it a go. Let's click it and get it to open. 3, 2, 1, go. So now again, this computer with the SSD runs much faster. We're loading it in
9
seconds, savings of
70%.
Finally, we will open up the game. This is just the launcher. So we'll open up this Mech Arena in 3, 2, 1, go. We're loading it in
22
seconds, savings of
14%.
That was it for the compares. Now we're going to look at the actual hard drive replacement. As I mentioned at the start, we're going to do some cutting and some speeding up because it took me well over 1 hour to do it, in part because perhaps I didn't have the right tools, definitely didn't have the right skills. And I was also certainly at some points a little bit overly concerned, I suppose, about damaging the case, which I certainly did. I did damage it in a couple spots, but you know what? At the time of this audio recording, it has now been several weeks since I did the replacement. Things are working well. So I didn't destroy the computer, but certainly could have done with more finesse with the technique and all that. So anyway, as you can see here, it's the usual thing. So just removing all the screws, taking out different components after that. I didn't realize that the laptop has this spot where you could put in an optical disk drive, and what it has right now is just a placeholder. I've always been wondering how come when I push the button on the side of the drive, it wouldn't actually open up. And it's because it's just a big nothing. So while I got your attention, one of the reasons I did this was because I wanted the computer to run faster, but there was actually a bigger reason, and that was because my computer started crashing a lot. I would just be running something, sometimes just updating the package list from the repositories, and it would just freeze. The mouse cursor would move fine, but I wouldn't be able to type anything, and then eventually stop responding or do other things, strange behavior. After a lot of failed attempts at fixing it, I decided it was probably the hard drive was going bad. It was pretty old. I ran different tools to test for bad blocks, and yeah, there were lots of bad blocks detected. Every single time there would be some kind of crash, then run the utilities and find even more bad blocks. So the drive was pretty much on its way out. So that was the real reason that I decided to do the replacement, because the computer simply wasn't reliable anymore. It didn't matter what I was doing, maybe just email, maybe working in Blender, working on some video editing, could be anything, and it would just stop running. So yeah, the did the replacement. That was a few weeks ago, and it's been solid since. So I'm confident now that that was the problem. That was the reason I was having so many issues. And the new improved speed is the cherry on top. But anyway, on with the rest of this drive replacement. I took out the drive placeholder, took out the battery, and at this point, okay, yeah, so now we're trying to just open up the case. So trying to use some tools to kind of pop it open because it has these plastic tabs all around the edges. Super annoying because you try to open up and you get one section opened up, and then as you start working on another section, then that first section starts closing off again. The one thing I want to highlight is at this point here, you can see there's actually a little, I mean, in case you have a similar laptop, you have the same model, you have to be aware there's a connector here, and you have to tug it out gently before you can fully remove the case. And that was a bit tricky. Putting it back in was even worse. But anyway, so here we go. Okay, so the laptop case is now removed. Now here you can see the original hard drive. There it is. I wasn't actually sure what to do at first, so I started with unscrewing the mounting case. I'm not sure what the word is for it, but that actually should have waited till later. So after I realized what I was supposed to do, I just kind of wiggled it out, lifted it out, okay? And then at that point, once I have the hard drive there, okay, now we can take those pieces off and attach it to our new SSD. And there it is. Okay, and now we can try to fit it back in, and then that is done. That's the replacement. Now it's just time to put the case back on, and exactly the way it is. So starting with trying to get that connector attached back in, that was a real challenge. I can't remember how I did it, but it was very frustrating. And okay, after that, everything else went pretty smoothly. Just kind of snap the case back into place, and then put all the screws back in, and that was it. Okay, so that was the whole thing, and again, it took more than an hour to do, but here it is, nice and compressed. So with the drive replaced, now was the time to try installing the operating system on the fresh new drive. First thing was just to turn on the computer without any USB thumb drive or anything at all, just to see, because I was curious to see what it would look like. Haven't had that before, and yeah, this is the expected message, so that's great. So after that, I put the ISO for antiX Linux operating system onto the USB drive, plugged it in, and just going through the steps now. We taking most of the standard options for the operating system. Based off of my usage, I had decided I wanted to set up partitions in a very particular way. So I chose, I guess, very small numbers, you might say, for things like the root file system. But that's the way I did it. No swap either, and so far it's not been a problem. Installed okay, no worry, no problems. After the basic OS install, I installed a bunch of software, ran updates, and after that, that's when I started recording the footage for the side-by-side compares. So that was it. Thanks for sticking around and watching. I hope this was interesting. And one thing I wanted to mention is that even booting up the computer, letting it go to the Grub bootloader is also much faster. Unfortunately, I forgot to actually record that back when I had the old hard drive in place, so I can't show that to you, but it is a lot faster. The same kind of speed difference that we see with everything else. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Yes, that's excellent. Excellent. This is the high quality footage that everybody dreams about. All the YouTubers, they love this sort of thing. Great.